and welcome to the Community Enrichment Fitness Network's Focus on Fitness. I'm Reverend Jesse Brown, your host, and on behalf of Sherry Hill and the CEFN family, welcome to the show. We are excited. We have Dr. Brett Cardonick with us, a chiropractic specialist, who's going to be talking to us about staying healthy, or keeping our spine, I should say, healthy and fit. How are you doing today?
Doing very well.
All right. You know, one of the things I always have trouble with is, well, what in the heck is a chiropractor anyway? I mean, what do you do?
What we do, chiropractic, is the natural treatment of health problems using skilled spinal manipulation, or the chiropractic adjustment. It is a natural approach to healthcare that prescribes neither drugs nor surgery, and care is focused upon correcting the cause of someone's health problem rather than just treating their symptoms. Now, what doctors of chiropractic are specifically trained in locating and correcting what are called subluxations, which are misalignments in the spine.
Yeah, I didn't know that word yet.
I've got my spine here.
Okay.
So from the back, just so to orient you, the bumps that you see here are what you feel from your neck all the way down.
Okay.
And in between the bones are the
So
holes.
this is the back of the skull here?
Correct.
Okay.
All right, the back of the skull. And then from the side, each of two bones forms a hole. And from out of that hole comes the nerves from your brain that go to every part of your body.
Okay.
And things that we do on a daily basis can cause those bones to become misaligned, which makes the hole smaller, which irritates the nerve. That's what the subluxation is.
Oh, okay.
So chiropractors are trained to find it, correct it, which then allows that communication to flow from the brain down the nerve and let the body heal itself. The poster over here is just another view of that just shows it a little bit more clearly, where that nerve is being irritated, and if it's irritated, it's not going to work correctly.
Okay. Now, when, you know, normally we think about people laying on a table somewhere, or maybe even laying on the floor somewhere. I've tried it all at some point in time. What's the usual practice of chiropractics when someone needs to see one? I guess what I'm trying to get at is, when do I need to see a chiropractor?
Well, you need to see a chiropractor to get your spine checked, because if you don't check, you don't know. So we need to check and see if you have subluxations. Sometimes we wait for symptoms. Some of us who are more health conscious will kind of go when we, on a periodic basis, to make sure that we're healthy. Because unfortunately, if you wait for symptoms, sometimes it may be too late already, and it's harder to fix something.
Now, but you also do more than just spines. I mean, you look at the skeletal, the full skeletal muscles in the body, correct?
Exactly. Well, it's all connected. Shoulders are attached to the spine, your legs are attached to your pelvis, which are attached to your spine. So we do go through the entire body. And your care is not just about fixing your pain. It's about that the adjustment is actually the small part of what we do. The biggest part of what we do is educating our patients how they got into this situation. Yeah. How does their body really work? Because if you know how it works, well, then you can know what you need to do to maintain it better. That's where the real work comes in. So it's about, you know, educating every time you come in.
Well, I mean, as much as I've tried, I haven't always been smart at trying to figure out what it is that I should do, or when I'm overdoing things. Because in my mind, I'm still 17, maybe 18 and a half in this process. So I go out and try to play basketball or lift weights, and I think I could just jump right back into it just like I used to do it. Or at least that's what my head, you know, my head writes checks, but my body can't cash them.
Well, you end up paying the bill. Unfortunately or not, when we're younger, we can do a lot of things, and the body is resilient, and it can respond to what we're doing, and it doesn't complain. As the years pass, as we continue to do these things again and again and again, well, your body starts to wear down, and it doesn't jump back as fast.
Right.
So one of the things that we try to recommend is, you know, you need to kind of ease into things. You need to warm up. You need to do some extra stretching and things during the activity, and then you certainly need to stretch again when you're finished and cool down. There's no reason why, as you get older, you shouldn't be able to continue to do what you want to do. You just have to be a little bit more careful. I don't like to say you need to be smarter, you need to be more careful when you do things.
Right, which is absolutely true. And in fact, I kind of changed my routine a little bit in that I used to play basketball 2 or 3 times a day, which just took me then 6 weeks to recover from. I started riding bicycle, and that seemed to have less stress on joints and muscles and things like that. My legs not hurting, my knees not feeling like it's going to give way on me. My back and shoulders are not hurting anymore. You know, I've kind of changed my routine a little bit.
Which is wonderful, because what your body gets into a rhythm, it gets into a flow, and then it doesn't grow anymore. It adapts to what you're doing. So when you change your routine every 3 months, every 6 months, or even every 4 weeks, your body is constantly trying to adapt and figure out what you're doing. That's where growth comes from. And you can exercise into your 80s. You can, the more you do now, the better you're going to be when you're older. I was just reading something the other day. The record for the most number of marathons done in a year, this gentleman did his 113th marathon, and he finished on New Year's Day, which was his 67th birthday. So
that's a lot of running.
It's a lot of running, but age is not an excuse. You can do what you want to do as long as you go through it the right way.
I agree with that. I mean, I'm 55 this year, and I know that I'm living to 146, and you know, I'm just hitting middle age here, so
that's wonderful.
We'll be around for a while. But that is nice to be able to go through your day without a lot of physical pain.
Right, and you should be able to, you know, finish your week. And you know what, if you want to fall asleep on the couch, you shouldn't have to pay for it the next day. Or do all your weekend warrior stuff. You shouldn't take 3 days or 3 weeks to get over it when you're finished. Some good preparation, some good management when you're with it, and you should be able to do what you want to do.
Well, that's probably one of the things that we ought to convey to our folks, is that things have to be done in moderation. You know,
moderation and correctly, and we're going to talk about that.
And correctly, yeah. You got to keep your hips in place and your shoulders over your body. I understand a lot of those kinds of things. One of the things the CEFN, of course, tries to do is we try to get people to become involved with being practitioners of their own health care. I mean, you've got to be, you know, want to be healthy and feel healthy. And I know that when I'm out camping, or, you know, I traipse around the forest sometimes, and I climb up waterfalls and all those kinds of things. You've got to be in somewhat of a little bit of shape to do those kinds of things. You just can't jump out there and do it. You got
to prepare for it. And you know, the days of waiting until something happens and addressing it, those are over. You have to start managing now for how you want to be in the future. Now, I know you have a practice up in Mount Airy. Correct. Right? Am I right with that? And people can get in touch with you by going to our website. We'll have your face, your picture, your bio, you know, all the fun things up there. So we ask you to go to CEFN's website. It is cefn.org, cefn.org, and you can find more about Dr. Brett Cardonick and the work that he does. And of course, you can find some other things, because we also have some exercise things up there. That's right. One of the CEFN hallmarks, or trademarks, if you will, is line dancing. That's how we get people, you know, to move their body. Right. And we've even shown them how to do it in the chair. They don't have to leave their chair. If that's all you can do, hey, we'll go with it. Something is always better than nothing. That's correct. And I've even seen you do some things in the chair in this process. That's right. And we're gonna go over some of those things that people will be able to do in their exercise portion, as well as talking about their posture and things that they do at their desk all day long, because what you do during the day, if it's repetitious, it's actually exercise. So you want to be doing that correctly as well. All right. So I want you guys to hang on, because following this interview, of course, we have our exercise segment, but also we remind you again to go to our website and go to www.cefn.org. You can find out more about Dr. Cardonick and the work that he does and all those things. See you there. It has been fun being here with Mary Flynn. She is going to show me how to break my arm, right? I watch her exercise and get ready for this segment, and she's far more flexible than I'll be, but she'll give us some great tips on how we can become healthier in some exercises. So tell me what we're going to be doing today.
We're going to do a sun salute, or the Sanskrit name is Surya Namaskara. And I'm going to show you like how eventually you want it to look, but then we're going to break it down, and we're going to work with you and see what you can do and how it feels, and you'll love it. I'm sure I'll be just fine with it. Maybe not quite as flexible as you, but I'll be fine with it. Good. All right, what do I need to do? Okay, So I'll do one sun salute and
Okay.
then just watch, and then
I'll
show you.
You got it.
All right, so the breath is very important in the sun salutes. So every movement is either an inhale or an exhale. So we come to the front of the mat. Inhale, the arms go up, you look up. Exhale as you fold over and the head drops. Inhale, you look up with a flat back. And exhale, step back, lower down. This is called chaturanga. And then inhale to upward facing dog. Again, there's modifications. And exhale, downward facing dog. We stay in downward dog for 5 breaths. It's really good to stretch the back of the body. It engages your abdominals. And the gaze is towards the navel. After 5 breaths, inhale, come forward, look up. And exhale, fold over. Inhale, arms up, reach up. And exhale, arms down. That's all we're going to do.
All right.
All right?
I can.
So these are great to do every day. If this is all you do, if you get up a little bit early and you just do some sun salutes, you'll feel great.
Now, let me just ask a quick question. You may not have the answer to it right here, but what is really the best time to exercise? In the morning or at night or during the day even?
In the morning is the best time, but some people do it before bed. Sometimes it helps them sleep. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
But get up and do it before you can talk yourself out of it. That's the best thing.
There you go. Yeah. That's a good idea. All right, so my turn.
Okay, your turn. Stand on the mat.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, I saw you inhale.
Inhale, arms up, palms together. Look up. So you're working on the thyroid and parathyroid. Exhale, fold over. If you have to bend your knees, bend your knees. Touch the floor, bend the knees.
Yeah, it's going to have
There
to be
you
that
go.
way.
That's fine. Inhale. Now take your hands to your shins. Look up. And flatten your back. Now you can straighten your legs here on this position.
Okay.
And then exhale, step back. Go all the way down. You can lie right on your stomach. Okay, so there's a modification. Just come right down to the belly.
Right.
Inhale. You can keep your knees down and just push yourself up. Chest open. Look up. All right. There you go, upward dog. Point your toes back. That's it. If that's too intense, you can keep your elbows bent. And then exhale, lift your hips in the air, flip over your feet, and take a downward facing dog. All right, down dog means hands to here.
Oh.
Yeah, this one.
Okay.
All right. So you can bend the knees and take your hands to the floor.
Okay. See, I can't come all the way up, but
all right.
Unless I really.
All right, and then come up, arms up, palms together. Exhale, arms down. Okay, I'm going to show you another modification for this in case some of those, like the downward dog's a little bit difficult. You can do it. I'll talk you through it.
You're going to talk me through it. All right.
Yeah. Okay, so inhale, the arms up, palms together. Look up, look up. Exhale, fold all the way over, head down. Exhale. Inhale, look up. And exhale, now I want you just to step back and come to your hands and knees.
Down?
Yeah, all the way down, palms down.
Okay.
That's it, good. All right, so from here, widen your hands just a little bit so they're just shoulder width. The fingers are open nice and wide, and your knees are a little bit wider, feet right behind the knees. Now, instead of the upward dog and downward dog, you can do a few cat-cows. So look up, drop your belly, and reach the tailbone up to the ceiling. Exhale, round your back, bring your chin to your chest, round the back, and then curl the tail. That's it. Inhale, do it a couple more times. So you can do this 5 times. Inhale up. Beautiful. Exhale down. Very nice. This is really good, again, to stretch the front and the back of the body. Good. And move with the breath. The breath is really key. It's sort of what separates the yoga practice from some other forms of exercise. It helps you to stay aware, and it also fills your body with prana, is called, this shakti, this energy. Good. Okay. Good. That's it. And then look up again. Take the last one. Now, flip your toes the other way and lift your hips in the air. You can keep the knees bent. There. Then walk forward. There's your down dog. All the way, bend the knees, or walk your hands to your feet.
There you go.
And then bring the arms up. Stretch up.
Yes.
And exhale the arms down. Good. How do you feel?
Pretty good. This works for me.
Okay, it's really good. And if you can do like 5 or 6 or 7 of those in the morning, you know, do as many as you can. You'll see a tremendous difference from the first one to the last one.
Yeah.
And you'll feel great.
Yeah, we have about 3 minutes yet.
Okay.
So we got some more I can do?
Sure.
All right, go for it.
Okay. So let's see. Let's add a couple of things
Okay.
in here. All right. So come back to the front of the mat. All right. This time what you're going to do is bend the knees a little bit. Right? So you're working the leg, the quadriceps. Bring the arms up and bring your palms together.
This is a balancing act.
Look up. Yes. Exhale. Now you're going to fold over again. Just fold over your legs.
This way?
Sure. Yeah, all the way down.
Got it.
Head down. And then inhale, look up, sort of like what we did before. Exhale, step back, and go down to your hands and knees.
Okay.
Great. And then inhale, bring this right foot forward. So you're going to take a lunge.
Okay.
Okay, let's see what, this is where your sweatpants works a little.
There you go.
All right, and then come up and just rest on the right leg.
Okay.
Bend this knee a little bit, sink.
We have about 2 minutes.
Okay, good. And then switch legs.
Okay. Let's see here. Your mat sticks too.
Yeah, it's a sticky mat.
Yeah. Now this
That's
feels good back here.
Yeah, and then the groins, maybe stretching through the groins.
Yeah.
And then take your hands back to the floor. And then step back to this, lift your hips in the air. Yeah, there you go. Look at your navel.
Got it.
There you go, downward dog.
I can
Beautiful.
see it.
Palms down. There. Now you can walk your hands and feet together, hang over your legs. Head down. Inhale, reach the arms up. You can bend the knees to come up, palms together. And exhale, arms down. Okay. And then just close your eyes. Breathe through your nose. And just notice the movements in the body. Just notice where you're feeling it. And then open the eyes. Bring your hands together. Namaste. Namaste means I see the light. I honor that light within you.
Namaste. Try this at home. It's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
And here we're back here. I have my chef knife. I'm ready to go. But Susan Brown you're preparing something for us today. Oh, let me reintroduce Susan. She is a massage therapist. She's also a nutritional consultant. You got a website too, don't you?
Yeah, it's called Be Healthy at massagetherapy.com.
And she has been with us telling us how we can live healthy, how we can eat healthy, how we can act healthy, and how we can feel healthy, which is, of course, exactly what we want to do. Now, what did you bring for us today? Let me before you answer that question, I see we got some strange things up here.
A little strange.
Yeah, what in the heck is this?
That's ginger root.
Okay, ginger root.
Yeah, which is really, really nice to make tea with. I put a little bit of it in the fresh juice.
Okay.
Raw, it's very medicinal. I actually met someone who said they were from China, and as a kid they always had ginger tea on the stove.
It smells good.
At any given time, and it kept everybody healthy.
It smells good.
Keeps the colds away.
And these are?
That's beets with the tops.
I bet a lot of people have never seen a raw beet before.
Well, the tops are good for you too.
And you can cook those just like everything else.
You can cook them or eat them raw.
And I think everybody else pretty much knows.
Well, dandelion.
Oh, dandelion, okay.
And parsley.
And parsley.
And chard, Swiss chard.
And chard. Chard looks like collard greens to me. So
it's similar from
it
the
looks
family.
like it, yeah, all in that. Okay, what are you going to do for us today?
Well, I wanted to just talk about what we drink, beverages,
Right.
you know, and
Summer's coming up. And
yeah, and these days when we eat so many drinks so many beverages that are not good for us, all the sodas.
Right.
I don't even feel that juices are so good once they're in the can and they're bottled and pasteurized. You know, it starts to just become sugar and calories for you. And
well, you know, there's a big push on nationwide about these sugary drinks. And of course, we talk about them being not healthy for kids, but they're really not that healthy for adults either.
No, it's not good. And the choices with sodas are they're either sweetened with high fructose corn syrup these days, or the diet soda has aspartame, which has its own bad qualities.
Yeah, I know. I don't like anything with aspartame. I like yogurt, but I cannot do the light yogurts because they all have aspartame
Yeah, it's not
in
good
them
for you.
and those kinds of things. So,
So this is a vegetable drink that's going to be juiced fresh. It's going to be alive, full of enzymes and, you know, fiber that gets through and tons of vitamins. It's really
All right.
packed full of vitamins.
well, let's go ahead and let's see if we can get us a little juice out of this machine today.
Alrighty, I'm going to start with carrots.
Okay.
And then we're going to add the beets. I have some lemon, some ginger, some apple, and some cucumber.
All right.
And then actually I add a little bit of the parsley.
And parsley.
And the dandelion, a little bit of everything that's
Okay,
on the table here.
I'm willing to try.
Okay, so this makes a lot of noise. Oh, there it goes.
We'll live with the noise just as long as it's good. Now, this is basically a juice machine or a...
Yeah, it's a juicer, and it's my favorite type. It grinds the food in a way that gets the most out of it.
Right.
It's also can be used for making ice cream and pasta and other things.
Ah,
It has different attachments.
so it's an everything machine.
Yeah, it's a nice machine. It's a little more money than some of the other ones, but I think it's worth the investment.
Okay.
So the apples, carrot, beets, good for the heart, good for all kinds of vitamins, vitamin K, vitamin B, vitamin C, cucumber.
Now, I know some of the audience might not be able to see it, but one part of this thing is spitting out juice, and the other part is grinding up the fruit.
Yeah. So the apples and the beets and the carrots are nice and sweet, and they'll sort of hide the taste of some of the bitter things. Like I'm going to put a little bit of parsley in.
Okay.
And that wouldn't be a good taste by itself, but it really ends up tasting good. And some dandelion leaves, I mean.
We just get it all in there.
And a little bit of Swiss chard. Get your greens, your iron.
This is kind of cool. I mean, the machine is actually doing two things at once.
All right, so we got green, and I'll end up with a little more carrot. Just push
Okay.
everything through. So this is really good for your immune system.
And you know, this doesn't take that long to do.
No, I was going to say, it's really very quick.
When people talk about not having time to do things sometimes,
Yeah, and
this is really not that.
No, a couple minutes you have juice, and it only takes a couple minutes to clean this machine, too. It's
And
not
with a
bad.
little prep, you can already have your vegetables and fruits and things already cut up.
Yeah.
So if you come in from work, you can do it just
Yeah.
like that, or if you get up in the morning.
All right, one more carrot, and we're done juicing.
Okay.
This will make enough for a few people to taste. And that's it.
Well, of course, this is my favorite part of the thing is tasting this
All
stuff.
right, I'll slide some glass under there.
All righty.
Maybe
Now, do we need to stir it, or?
I'll just stir it with the knife.
Hey,
There we go.
let's see what we got going here. Little here. I guess we'll let a couple other people have some. And one more. Okay. Let's see if we can get, do we have a taster here? Oh, Miss Philomena, come on over.
Hi.
There you are, my dear. We are going to
Say
say
cheers.
cheers. There you go.
So healthy
Let's try
drinks.
to.
That's a little strong.
Oh yeah. It's
got
got a kick
ginger.
to it. It's got a kick to
You
it.
can taste everything, which, like you indicated, it's good for your health. You don't mind a strong kick because it's supposed to be doing something.
And the ginger is a little strong in this one. You could do it with less ginger.
But other than that,
But the apples and everything else give it a sweet taste also, even though it's a little stronger.
and see, that's what I would do. I'd put more apples in it and some lemon and
Well, everything
put
in there
oranges.
but the ginger should be less. That's all she said.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Thank you for sharing.
Now, this is the kind of stuff that people can do at home.
Yeah.
And you got kids. What do you think? Your kids might like some of this kind of stuff?
If mommy's drinking or eating it, they will.
And again, without the ginger, you could just make them apple, carrot, celery, apple, carrot, cucumber, and it'll be sweet. And
Lovely.
or even just apples,
Just
just
apples.
oranges. Yeah.
We do that, just apples with plain yogurt. That's what we do.
Now, what do you do with the other part of this?
I actually compost it, but some people make things out of that.
Yeah.
They put it in carrot, like the carrot can be used in carrot cake, and some people make crackers out of that. You dehydrate it and get it.
And do that. So everything up here can be used. Is the great idea behind all of this stuff.
Yeah, and it's going to give you good energy and no guilt.
Hey, I'm already happy with it. It's the kind of thing that I like to do already anyway. And with summertime coming and summertime, the need for summertime drinks, I tend to like lemonade. But there is no reason why I shouldn't start off with one of these in the morning just as much as I could, you know.
Yeah, if you have this once a day and you have fresh, nice spring water all day and some herbal teas, you can make herbal iced tea from scratch at home, add a little honey to it. You can avoid all those soft drinks that way. And I even, pack up stuff to go, like the herbal tea, and take it with me for the day.
Well, I like it. Making healthy choices creates healthy lifestyles, and Susan Brown has been a prime example of that kind of healthy eating and healthy living. She's a massage therapist. She's a nutrition consultant, and of course, she can make some pretty good juice stuff here too. Part of what we've been trying to do with CEFN is to give you some choices, and we hope that coming and watching the segments here on our food segment and our exercise segments and our interviews that you have learned something to help make your life healthier. So go to CEFN.org. You can see more about her. You can see more about the show. You can see more about these recipes. Go to our website, CEFN.org, and I'll see you there.